And I'm here with the fabulous Danielle Gruen.
Hi guys!
And okay, you're probably wondering who this is. Some of you might know. He is our expert techie, our geek, our janitor. He
Never going to live that down, am I?
Douglas E. Welch. Welcome back, my dear.
Thank you for having me.
It's so good to have you back.
But just real quick though, I think for those of you guys who didn't see the show where we talked to Doug last time, you have to go back and watch those shows because he called himself the janitor. We're not calling him a janitor.
I know.
He cleans up after all the tech mess, and you know you were talking earlier off camera. Now it's off camera about the HTML and all of that.
Yeah, I mean, I just had an occasion this morning before he came over. Someone called and said, "I need to add this button to my blog." I was like, "Okay," and you know, that's very much that type of work. It's not clever. It's just getting it done.
Yeah.
And that's often what we're called upon to do, either for ourselves or for others.
Thank goodness Doug knows HTML,
Yeah,
because as I was saying in Fantastic Mr. Fox the Badger, when he would get all freaked out and overwhelmed, his eyes would go to stone with crosses. And that's how, I'm sure you guys probably feel that way, unless there's some coders out there.
You don't understand href equals /a.
In fact, it gives me a little bit of a stomachache.
I was going to say, I'll stop now.
And Danielle's recuperating, so we don't want to do
gotta
that.
have my peppermint tea to ease my stomach.
Perfect for solving all your HTML flaws.
Oh, but I do have to
That would
say,
be a good
Doug,
marketing ploy for peppermint tea.
exactly. I do have to say the one thing I do know in HTML, and I think, no, somebody, my web designer showed me that.
Not that we know any other
This
ones
is the
better
only
than
thing.
Doug.
Oh, no. I mean, it's just because Doug wasn't available. Is to change those numbers. You can change the numbers. It's probably kind of hard to describe. But when you go, well, you know what?
Colors?
I think it's too hard to describe.
It is.
But you know what? Maybe we
Typically
can
is.
put it on our site.
We'll put it on our sites, how to change the size of a picture when you go in and you put a picture up for your blog.
Yeah.
And you go into advanced setting. There's a whole series of steps. But it's a great thing to be able to do.
So it's a little HTML tip,
It's
right?
an HTML tip where you just change the numbers that you'll see in that crazy paragraph with all the hieroglyphics in Russian and whatever else. There are some numbers, and you just simply change them, and then all of a sudden...
Lorem ipsum.
Oh, okay, see, he's speaking Latin. Anyway, so what do we want to talk about? We've gotten so many questions from people, and...
It's like overwhelming. I think last time we met with Doug, we had a Word document that was about 2 pages long with questions.
Well, we're going to be here all day. That's right.
We've gone through a lot of them. I mean, if you haven't seen the shows, you got to watch it because there's a lot of great information in there. But same thing with today. It's like, it's just endless. I think, I don't know, personally, I was hoping we could start with something that you brought up last time you and I met, which was about your ebook.
Yes, you know what, that's a great... Thank you, Danielle. Do you see, I say this every time, do you see why she's here? Yes, the ebook stuff, because I wrote a book a long time ago, another story, and I turned it into an ebook, and what did I do with it? Nothing. It just sat on my computer. But Doug showed me a good medium, a happy medium, where you can just put up excerpts on your blog. So do you want to explain, and do you remember how you helped me do that? So essentially, everybody, I have on my favorite links at the top, the Yes book, and then you click on that, and within that I created a couple of pages where you can listen to some excerpts and you can read some excerpts, and that seems like a good...
Well, and that was the first step. We had to figure out, where do we want to host this content? How do we want to put it on the blog? And pages inside of WordPress pages are a great way of doing one-off static pages just for those things that you just need to get up there. My speaking page, my list of past speaking engagements is just a page on my site. It's very easy to do.
Yeah.
The problem we ran into is we wanted to include the ebook in her list of links along the right-hand side. But we wanted it at the top of those links. And the trouble
Why wasn't that easy to do, Doug? That just bugs me. WordPress.
Well, it is a combination. One is a combination between WordPress and the theme you're using.
Okay.
Or the theme that was designed for you.
Right,
Okay.
so the template.
Yeah, the way you include those types of images, in your case, they were not using widgets. Widgets are ways of...
So my designer didn't have the certain plugins that would enable...
Well, not even a plugin. It's well above the layer of plugins. But what happened is there's one line that puts those links in. It says, go to the database for WordPress and grab my links and put them here. That's what that line does.
Right.
In that line, I did a little bit of research, and there is a sort order command that you can add to that line that says, typically they sort alphabetically or they sort randomly.
And they have the thing on, you'll see that, those of you on WordPress, there is an option on your links at the bottom that says how to sort.
But I realize that sort only deals with it when you're entering links. It has no effect on the display.
But again, this is with the WordPress software.
In this case, I had to go into her theme and literally put that one little word in the line that then draws those links.
But is that something that you can do like on our new media tea time?
Yes.
The .com sites.
The .com, no, because we can't edit the templates.
Okay.
So there you're linked to. Now though, you see, the nice thing is everything on WordPress.com though, all those themes, as far as I know, are widgetized.
Yeah.
Which means I don't have to edit code. I go to the widget, and the widget should include a setting that tells me how to sort them, and I'm pretty sure it does.
Right, and the other great thing about the widgets is you can move them around. So if you originally put it
you can
towards
drag
the bottom,
and drop them.
That's something you
In the old school of WordPress, you literally had to go and copy the code and paste it elsewhere, and you had to deal with the code.
Okay.
With widgetized templates, whether it's on WordPress.com or a widgetized template used on your own site, you gain a lot more freedom. You don't have to know so much code and I'm a big fan of always saying you should have as much control over your website as possible.
Yeah.
And so that might be a deciding point for you. Decide when you choose a theme for your blog, is it widgetized or is it not?
And can we speak to that? Because I'm having a feeling there might be some people watching saying, you know, what is a widget? I've heard that, and I kind of want to know the origin, but that may be digressing too much. But can you just briefly explain to people
Well, this
what that is?
this shows you how much of a geek I am. Actually, I can actually give you the origin of the
can.
origin of the word widget. The origin of the word
That's
widget
why we have you here.
is very new. It comes from How to Succeed in Business Without Really Trying. It was coined for that play, that musical.
I love that musical.
Worldwide Widgets is a company in that program.
And they took it from that. Oh, see, Doug,
widgets are self-contained little gizmos
Okay.
that you can plug into your web pages, into your blog posts, into your themes. And it's a very generic term. You'll see the term widget used a lot. WordPress has their widgets. But then you might also have a widget from Twitter that they will build for you that you can copy and paste into your blog post.
So it's almost like a little, I see a widget as like a little elf or a little troll. Could be a troll. It depends on how well the widget is.
Yes, exactly.
But working, like going in there, you put that widget in and that widget goes to work for you. Is that kind
pretty
of
much what it is?
Draw it as a cartoon? It would be like that?
It is to prevent you from having to program yourself.
Okay, perfect.
But for example, the Twitter widget allows you to basically design a widget that you can set the color and size and everything else. That basically just shows your most recent Twitters. All you do then is once you've decided what color, through a little click interface, it gives you a chunk of code. You don't care what's in there. All you have to do is copy it and paste it into your blog, and it's there.
Okay,
that's what widgets do for you.
I just learned a lot in this. I mean, it's one of those things with all this tech stuff that there are all these terms thrown around that we think we know, we kind of sort of know, but we don't really know, and it's helpful to have a good sense of that.
Yeah, it's so helpful. Going back to the ebook thing real quick though, can you or maybe both of you speak a little bit about why or how it can be useful to do an ebook versus an actual published book? What the pros and cons are?
It's exactly that's perfect.
One of the first uses for an ebook is to build your mailing list. You give away the ebook for free, but in order to get the ebook, they must supply you with an email address. It allows you to build a mailing list. Basically, they're giving you permission. They're saying, you have permission to send me email in the future that I will not consider spam. I have opted in for this in return for your ebook. Then you can move up to other layers of actually selling your ebooks. The fact is, we have this wonderful distribution method of the internet, and ebooks are just one way of using it. This year, we've already seen it at the Consumer Electronics Show, CES. There is an explosion of ebook readers coming.
I love it.
I mean, 10, 20, 30, 40 different ebook readers out there of all different shapes and sizes. They'll be able to take your ebook, you'll be able to set up and say, here's the ebook, download it, put it on your generic e-reader, and read it.
We are going to, in part 2, talk about a very special liquid beverage that you guys have to check out. We will see you next time.
See you next time.